Okay, we're recording. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Justin, for being on. It is March 13th, and I am today started our free Shakeology group. That has kind of been a total cluster. I apologize. I feel terrible that I'm like leading you guys down this crazy path that nobody knew what was going on. But we're going to try and make the best of it. I have like 15 people who were going to do it. So I'm just trying to keep the communication really open. I might end up sending them each like one sample. I really don't want to have to mail out 15 different samples because that will cost me a lot of money. But did you have that many? Oh, sorry.
I sent out 5 to 5 people each.
You sent 5 samples to 5 different people. Oh, yeah, you're a much nicer person than I am. But I think I'm probably going to end up sending samples out by the end of the week just because I feel terrible. I'm kind of hoping that they get them this week, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel terrible. We're going to make the best of it. That being said, our challenge group starts next Monday, so the 20th, and that will be our preseason. So this whole week, just really focus on at least once a day posting about the challenge group. It doesn't have to necessarily be like, join my challenge group. We start March 20th. It can just be something like, I got my workout in. We had this horrible snowstorm. I didn't have to worry about getting to the gym and dealing with childcare. I'm so grateful for that. If this sounds like if you want to be able to work out at home or something, let me know. It can be something like that that's still kind of sprinkling it in every day, but not quite as like, join me. So that's going to be my focus this whole week is every day doing my normal posts. So doing like my workout post, my motivational health post, and then 2 lifestyle posts. But each one of those each day will have some kind of call to action for people to join the challenge group. And then if you're still at Success Club 2, 0, 4, whatever, there's still plenty of time, so don't panic. I'm still at Success Club 0, but I've been talking to a bunch of people about the challenge group, and we still have over half a month, so don't panic. And that is kind of where the game plan should be now, is to focus on inviting people to that challenge group and getting interest in it and getting people into that. So like I said, it starts on the 20th. You guys are more than welcome to include your people in mine. You don't have to run another one if you don't want to, and we can just co-run it like we have with the other ones. I think that was all on that. I do want to share my screen because I want to shout out Taylor and Rachel, who have 2 Success Club points. They've helped 1 person with a challenge pack, which is awesome already in the month. So I didn't want to not shout them out. That's really awesome. And stop sharing. Oops. Sorry. Okay. I'm not having a really blonde day. I keep doing stuff and I'm like, oh, Danielle, get it together. And then the other thing was the National Wake Up Call. If you guys didn't listen to it, please make sure that you listen to the playback. I posted the playback number in the team page, or you can get it on the podcast. What I actually do, and I think I've said this a bazillion times, so I'm sorry, is I have a contact that is National Wake Up Call, and that's the actual call-in number. And then I have one that's National Wake Up Call Playback, and that's the playback number. And then all I have to do is hit Siri and say, call National Wake Up Call Playback. And then if I'm busy, oh, sorry, I didn't want to do that. Stop, Siri, I lied. But then if I'm busy or something and I'm like, oh, I should listen to the replay, I don't have to worry about having the number, or I don't have to stop and go find the number. I literally just tell Siri to find it, and bada bing, bada boom, she does. And I have both of them. So there are 2 different numbers for the actual live call-in and then the playback. So I have those both saved. But I love this new format that they're doing because it's so hard to relate to these elite coaches that are earning 6 and 7 figures and are 15-star, and it's hard to relate to those. But I love that they're doing these new coaches who are less than a year in, and they're telling what is working for them. They're sharing their income. So it's kind of like a good benchmark to say, you know, I know what I could be doing or what I could be making, and I need to step it up. Or you can just get new ideas from new coaches that are having success. Because, and I know for myself, it can get defeating to listen every week to these top coaches that are saying, you know, this is what I did, this is what works. And you can't relate when we're just starting out, or when you're only a year in. You can't relate to somebody who's been a coach for 8 years and makes a gazillion dollars and is a 15 bajillion superstar diamond. So I digress. But I loved the National Wake Up Call. I actually am going to listen again and take a bunch of notes, because both coaches had a ton of really helpful information. And I've noticed it all keeps coming back to challenge groups. They're really making sure that they're giving their customers a great experience. They're really making sure that they have the support, and they're checking in on them. So that's something that I'm trying to make sure I'm really good about is, and I'm not going to drag anybody along. I have challengers that say that they want to be in the group every month, and then they never post, and I message them and I never hear back. But then the people that are constantly showing up, I make sure that I'm reaching out every couple days, at least once a week, to everybody. And then the ones that are really, really actively participating, I try and stay connected every couple of days. And with the app, it's really great because you can just go in and you can search invites by your name. So it will show everyone that you invited, and then you can just select the people that you invited to send a message to. So it makes it real easy, and then they get a push notification. All right, moving on. So tonight I wanted to kind of talk about mindset, confidence, and how to translate that into the business. When I went to Charlotte last week, and then on the way home, I had John Maxwell, a training DVD compilation. There was like 10 CDs in there that were different books that he had written. And I literally did the whole way down and the whole way home. I listened to him. So it was about 16 hours of John C. Maxwell leadership and that kind of personal development. And it was amazing. And I wish I wasn't driving because I wanted to be taking so many notes, but it really kind of got me real amped and kind of puts things back in perspective about how much your mindset plays a huge important part of whether or not you're going to be successful, not just in this business, but in anything. And he just kept talking about how you have to just kind of fake it till you make it. You have to be positive. You have to just assume that what you have, people want. And that just comes with more personal development and with practice and with doing it. And I can say when I started, and I've told April this, I've told the newer coaches, when I started, I was very anti-personal development. I didn't want self-help books. I didn't need self-help books. And that is for 1,000% one of the reasons that I am as successful as I am, because I've changed how I think, I've changed my mindset, and I've gotten more confident, not just with Beachbody, but like with my whole life. I mean, when I was younger, I wouldn't even call to order a pizza because I didn't want to talk to a stranger. And now I'm like, you put me in a room with people that want to listen or people that don't want to listen, and I will talk about something I'm passionate about until I'm blue in the face. So, and that just comes with like confidence, and a lot of it was personal development. So I really, really want to encourage you to not skip that part of the vital behaviors. And it doesn't have to be like, I know a lot of you guys are busy, and I know that you don't have time to sit down and read every day for hours. So don't think that it has to be like all or nothing. It can be 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, a podcast here, a national wake-up call there. Don't let it get so overwhelming that you're like, oh my God, I don't have time to sit and read this book, so I'm just not going to do anything. Because that's also what I did. I would let the whole big picture just completely paralyze me, and then I wouldn't do anything. So do what you can when you can, and that's better than nothing. The other thing that goes along with that is confidence. And I really didn't see the connection. I knew you had to be confident in what you did. That's why they want us to be a product of the product and drink the shakes and do the workouts. But I really kind of had like an aha moment when I was down at my sister's, and I'll share that story. But if you're not confident in what you're offering people, they can tell. And it doesn't have to be like over the top arrogant, I guess is the word, but you just have to be confident in that you have an amazing product. You have the chance to change someone's life for the better. And if they want that, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. You can't make everybody want to change, and you can't do it for them. And kind of my aha moment was when I was at my sister's. She had a cupcakes and spa party, or cupcakes and spa, some kind of spa party. And then at the last minute, we all found out it was an Arbonne party, which I'd never heard of. Arbonne is, it's a Swiss skincare line. I'd heard of it, but I didn't really know what it was. So this rep came, and she was like this cute little thing and set up all of her stuff. And then we sampled it, and everybody was kind of like, I'm here for the free facial, the free foot soak, and the cupcakes and the wine. You can do your spiel. We don't want your product. But she was so personable. She was and she was so confident. She explained why her products are different than others. She explained how their mission statement, she explained her story, how she got started, how skeptical and against it she was, and just kind of what she found. She just really was honest and shared her product. And by the end of it, because of her, everybody was like, okay, what can I buy? I want to do a party. I love this stuff. And after she left, I was talking to my sister, and I was like, she sold all that stuff because everybody bought her. She knew the products. She knew what they stood for. She explained why they were different than what you buy at Walmart because of how it's made and what's in it. And she was just honest, and she flat out said, I don't own the company. If you don't want to buy anything, it doesn't hurt my feelings. That's fine. But this is what I have. This is what it can do for you. This is what it's done for me. And it was just kind of like you became so confident and wanted to be part of it because she sold it. And I was like, that's exactly what we could be doing. We have Shakeology. That's amazing. But we don't, at least I don't, maybe you guys do, and I'm just way behind. But we don't explain how well it's made and how nutrient dense it is and how they check the soil and there's rigorous testing and why it's such a great product. We just kind of, and I know we go into more than it's a protein shake, but honestly, I don't go into how it's different and how it's healthier and how it can help people more than just, it's not a protein shake, it's a whole meal replacement, it's nutrient dense. And thinking about that, I was like, I should be selling this so much more because people don't know how amazing it is. And it's the same with the All Access. it is an amazing deal. And I need to start breaking it down more and saying, it's the Netflix of fitness. You get it for 12 months. You can complete one program and then move on to another program without having to purchase something else. You have your coach for a year. You get 10% off anything that you purchase in that year. These are some of my favorite programs from it. The 21 Day Fix, it has Fixate. It's a cooking show. And really just explaining what they get and being confident in it. And if people say, no, it's too expensive, I don't want that, then just be like, okay, thank you. Have a good day. Because those are the people that will probably either they don't want help at all, or they will come back. And some of it too is when you're starting, it can be overwhelming to know everything. So I wanted to show you, because and even me, I've been doing this almost a year, more than a year and a half. There's still things that I'm learning that I don't know, that I know how good Shakeology is, but when you put me on the spot, I'm like, it has vitamins and superfoods and bleh. So I actually just found out, I didn't find out about it. I knew it was there, but let me share my screen again. In your Coach Online office, in this news and training, under this training tab, I know I've showed you guys before, like what's in here, and then it breaks down each rank and all that, but they have this whole training library. I'm doing this too, because there's stuff in here that I didn't know about. Even if you take 10 minutes a day and that's your personal development, check this stuff out, because there is so much information back here that can help you become more confident with the programs. For example, like the challenge pack, they have this PDF that's a challenge pack guide that tells you all of the different challenge packs that we offer, at what price, what they get, how much the commission is, how much the points are, and it breaks down basically everything we have. So if you're like, well, I have somebody who wants to get shakes, they don't really want to spend any more money, what challenge pack can I get them into for $140? You can go here and see all the different challenge packs that we have for $140, which I didn't even know we had half of these. So this is a great place to find extra information, and there's videos, there's PDFs, and then the other thing is if you scroll down, and you don't even have to, if this is overwhelming you, you can just pick things that you're not confident or you're not sure about, and you can just go through those. So like down here with the Shakeology, where was it? There's all these videos and PDFs on Shakeology. So like this one's questions. So it's different questions that you can ask people that are thinking about Shakeology, or if they've been on it, to make them stay on it. And it's just different tools and stuff to help you understand the products more. Like this, there's a video that's what is Shakeology and why should I drink it, which I won't play it, but there's so much information back here to help you really understand the products, because stop sharing that. Because we do have amazing programs, we have amazing products, and it's just people need to have that connection and they need to have that confidence. So the other thing that I have tried, and I've heard this over and over, and it's still kind of a struggle for me, but is when I sit down and when I invite people, I will either do personal development right before, so I'm all pumped up, or I just sit down and I say, I have a great product. I can change their life. They need this and they need to have this and they want this. And then it's like it instantly changes my mood instead of, I hope I'm not bothering them. I hope they, maybe they'll want it. It is a pretty good deal. So when you go in with the mindset of this is great, this is going to help them, they need this, your confidence is naturally going to be more pushed out there. They're gonna feel that, and it takes time, because there's even days where I'm like, I don't want to send invites today. I feel like I'm bothering everyone, but I will just say, you know what? Somebody out there needs to hear from me. Somebody out there needs what I can offer and needs the change that this had in my life, and that will help get me through to send those 3 to 5 invites. And that takes time. And it's some days it's like a total, I have to like sit there and be like, they want what I have, because I'm just not feeling it. But when you're confident and you know what you have and you know the value and you know that it can change lives, people can feel that and people will want to be a part of that. So that's kind of what I've been trying to work on. And it's if you're not used to it, it can be kind of hard to get adapted to. But the more information that I try and read about the programs, or the more videos that I watch about the programs and about Shakeology, it just makes my knowledge more, so that then I'm more confident when I talk to people. And that's just, I'm also getting to the point where I'm like, I know what I can offer you. If you don't want it, that's okay. I am not Carl Deichler. I do not own Beachbody. If you don't want it, it's not a reflection on me. It's not right for you. So that was kind of like the big things that I wanted to touch on. I mean, the John Maxwell was really, really good on confidence and mindset, and just, being positive and not setting yourself up for failure before you even start. So I guess that was the big things. Another thing is I'm always leading with the All Access Challenge Pack, because it's the most commission and it's the best deal. If people tell me, like I had a girl that just told me she doesn't have internet at home, I'm like, okay, the on-demand is not going to be for you. So then we started talking about the 21-day fix space, or the DVD kit. So sometimes people just want physical copies of the DVDs, and that's fine. And we just kind of figure that out the more that we talk. But I've been trying to really be a good listener. That was another thing that the personal development did, was they said, just talk less, listen more, and people will tell you exactly what they need, exactly what they struggle with, and then you can go. At that point, they've already convinced themselves what they struggle with. And then when you come in and say, okay, this is what the challenge group can offer, this is what the program can help you do, and it can help you with XYZ that you just told me you struggle with, how can they say no? Because they've just talked themselves into needing exactly what you offer. So that was another big takeaway, because he said, listen way more than you talk, because people will tell you what they need, and then rather than you trying to convince someone or trying to sell someone on something that they're not sure about, the more they talk and tell you exactly what they need, and then you can say, okay, this challenge pack will help you with all of those things. Then they basically sell themselves on it, and it makes it a much smoother transition. So that was really all I had. Yeah, I think that was it. I'm like out of breath. But I mean, just go invite. We have a whole week to get people into that challenge group. And even by the beginning of the next week, you can still get people in because there's always late people that pull the trigger. So that's fine. But just remember, you are amazing. You are a fantastic coach. You have a lot to offer people. You are a very important part of this team. You are changing lives, and don't let anybody make you think differently, because you have all the tools and you have the personality and you have the heart, and you can do this. So don't ever let it get discouraging, and know that I'm always here. Even if you just need like a little pep talk, pat on the back, I can do that. So thank you guys for listening to me ramble. I hope that was helpful, and I'm sure I'll talk to you guys before, but I will post this in the team page. And thanks for jumping on.